All right, hey, 7.1 practice page. We are finding the two square roots of the number. Just a quick reminder, square roots just means that I'm imagining a literal square with an area of 16 square units. And I want to finding the square roots means I need to find out what the side length is. So area is just side times side times itself. So what number times itself is going to give you 16? And 3 times 3 is 9. It's not 3. 5 times 5 is 25. It's not 5. 4 times 4 is 16. So that's the answer here. I could say that I'll say the answer, the square root of 16 equals 4. And that's my answer. Now, something kind of funny here is it says the two square roots. Well, that's weird. What other number could exist that when you multiply it times itself, you get 16? And the answer to that is just, it's also negative 4, because a negative times a negative is a positive. If you don't believe me, you can go to your calculator and you can do negative 4 times negative 4, and I still get positive 16. So my two square roots are positive 4 and negative 4. Those are my two square roots. All right, and number 2, the square root of 100, the two square roots are positive 10 and negative 10. The square root of 196 is, well, I'll let you go ahead and figure out what times itself gives you 196. Okay, same game down here. You should pause the video at this point and do number 4. And then I'll just go ahead and give you a little help for these fractions. Just so you know, if you have a fraction, then you can think of the numerator and the denominator separately. So this is kind of like the same thing as whatever the square root of 4 is over whatever the square root of 225 is. I need to find both square roots and write my answer as a fraction. Okay, team. Good job. Keep it up. Okay. Here are the answers for 4 through 6. 7 through 9, there's a little bit more to it. We're evaluating the expression. Now, in this case, I only want to think of the one positive square root for these questions when they're in some kind of expression. But we're just following the normal rules of PEMDAS when I evaluate. So I want to start with parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. Square roots are in the same category as exponents. So when I go to evaluate this expression, there aren't any parentheses. So the first thing I want to do is take care of this square root. So that's what's going to go in this spot here. 2 times this, whatever the square root of 36 is. So I have to first think what times itself is 36. It's not 4 times 4. It's not 5 times 5. It's 6 times 6. The square root of 36 is 6. So I'm going to put that right there. And now, again, I'm just following the order of operations. 2 times 6 is 12. And now the only operation left is addition. Let's add those together and get 21. And that is my final answer, evaluating the expression. So over here, number 8, there aren't any parentheses. Once again, I want to do the square root first. So I would like to ask you to pause the video for a second and do your best to evaluate these next expressions. Square root of 25 over 121 is 5/11ths, which means I'm going to have to multiply some fractions here. And quick reminder, when I'm multiplying fractions, I get to just go straight across and straight across. So 11 times 5 is 55. 1 times 11 is 11. And now I need to take care of this fraction. I need to reduce it. Also, it's the same thing as a division problem. 55 divided by 11 is 5. So if I move over here, this is just 8 minus 5, which is 3. 3. The answer to number 8 was 3. This last problem, a little bit different because 125, well, this is not a perfect square. There really isn't a whole number that when you multiply it times itself, you get 125. Same for 5. So one thing I can do is I can reduce this fraction and I can hope that that will give me a perfect square. So if I come to my calculator and I do 125 divided by 5, I get 25. So I'm going to reduce this fraction to 25 here. Okay, and now that actually is a perfect square. 5 times 5 is 25. So this expression now can become 3 times 5 minus 8. And I'm just following order of operations here. 5 minus 8 is -3. This is 3 times -3. 3 times -3 is -9. Thanks for playing. That's your final answer for number 3. Okay, good job, guys. Number 10, we're not doing it. Skip number 10. Skip. Okay, scholars, hey, please take a picture of this worksheet and submit it to Google Classroom. Thank you very much. Bywater out.